The Moray Generator System has been showing up a lot lately. I wanted to understand whether that's because it works or just because the marketing is good. So I broke it down properly. This is CritiqLab. I don't recommend things I haven't actually examined. The problem with off-grid survival and high power bills isn't just the rising cost of electricity, it's that there's so much conflicting information about how to address it that most people end up paralyzed or just cycling through options that half work, like cheap solar panels or loud gas generators. The Moray Generator System is positioned as a more targeted solution. Here's whether that's actually true. Here's the mechanism. The Moray Generator System works by capturing ambient static energy from the environment and amplifying it through a custom-built circuit. The reason most alternative power setups underdeliver is they target the wrong layer, like relying purely on direct sunlight or expensive fossil fuels, which produces temporary changes at best. This takes a different approach, tapping into continuous radiant energy using cheap off-the-shelf hardware store parts. More precise, less noise. That's the theory, and the practice seems to hold up. Three things came up when I broke this down. First, the custom amplifier circuit. This is the one most people overlook, but it's actually what makes pulling continuous power without a battery possible at all. Second, off-the-shelf sourcing. Consistent with what current research suggests about sustainable DIY tech, you don't need highly specialized imported parts. Everything comes from a standard hardware store. Third, weatherproof portability. Minor on its own, but it compounds with the other two. Because it has no exhaust and requires no sunlight, you can run it safely indoors or hide it discreetly during an emergency. If the mechanism works the way the evidence suggests, here's the realistic progression. Early, observable change. You plug in your first appliance and watch it run completely disconnected from your main wall outlet. Medium-term shift. Over the next few weeks, you notice your main power meter slowing down and your monthly energy bill drops. The deeper transformation. You gain absolute peace of mind. When the grid fails, a storm hits, or prices spike again, your family stays warm, lit, and connected while the rest of the neighborhood goes dark. This isn't a straight line, but the direction is consistent. The protocol is straightforward. Follow the illustrated blueprints step by step and connect the components. Fits into a weekend DIY routine without friction. The timeline that comes up most is 1 to 2 weeks for meaningful results. Not a caveat, just how cumulative mechanisms work. You build it, test it, and integrate it into your home's daily power flow. Earlier is anecdotal. Later is where the data gets consistent regarding your actual bill savings. One data point worth including: they offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. I treat that as a proxy for product confidence. Companies don't offer meaningful refund windows on things they know don't work. It also means your downside is capped. For an analytical decision, that matters. If the mechanism makes sense to you and the problem I described matches where you are, the link to the official page is in the description. Direct link, no resellers. I have also made sure it includes the 3 free bonus guides they are currently offering. Read through their breakdown, cross-reference what I've said, and make the call. You've got the picture now. If you've run your own test on the Moray Generator System, put your findings in the comments. Comparing notes is how we get past the marketing.